This just in, the Philippines is set to launch military drills near Scarborough Shoal, a disputed reef in the heart of the South China Sea. The announcement has sent shockwaves through the region, raising tensions with China to new heights. Filipino warships and fighter jets will soon maneuver close to waters claimed by Beijing, in what officials call a bold move to defend national sovereignty. The world is watching, and the stakes could not be higher. Scarborough Shoal, also known as Bajo de Masinloc, has long been a boiling point in the South China Sea. Now, the Philippine military is going to make its presence felt, loud and clear. These drills are not routine, they are a message. The Philippines will not back down from what it claims is rightfully its own. Why does this matter now? Because the South China Sea is one of the world's busiest waterways, and Scarborough Shoal sits at its crossroads. Control here means power over trade, resources, and regional influence. For the Philippines, this is about much more than territory. It is about national pride and security. The timing of these drills is no accident. With recent confrontations at sea and growing frustration over Chinese patrols, Manila wants to show strength. But with Chinese ships nearby, military muscle flexing could trigger unpredictable consequences. Scarborough Shoal lies about 120 nautical miles west of Luzon, the largest island in the Philippines. It is a triangular chain of rocks and reefs, barely rising above sea level. Yet, its location makes it one of the most hotly contested spots in Asia. For Filipinos, the shoal, Bajo de Masinloc, has been part of their fishing grounds for generations. They say their ancestors sailed these waters long before modern borders existed. The Philippines bases its claim on both geography and history, stating that the shoal is inside its 200-mile exclusive economic zone, as defined by international law. China, however, claims Scarborough Shoal as part of its 9-dash line, a sweeping boundary that covers almost the entire South China Sea. Beijing says its fishermen have used the area for centuries, and that the shoal is Chinese territory by historic right. This overlapping of claims has led to years of standoffs, with Chinese Coast Guard vessels clashing with Philippine boats. In 2016, an international court in The Hague ruled in favor of the Philippines, saying China's claim had no legal basis. China rejected the ruling and has since tightened its grip on the shoal. The result is a tense stalemate. Each side patrols the waters, watching the other closely. Every move is scrutinized, and every incident could become the spark that ignites a wider conflict. The upcoming military drills are ambitious and wide-ranging. The Philippine Navy will deploy frigates, patrol boats, and support vessels. Air Force jets will conduct flyovers, while Marines will practice amphibious landings on nearby islands. The exercises include live fire training, coordinated maneuvers, and simulated rescue missions. Officials say the drills will happen just outside the 12 nautical mile territorial sea claimed by China around Scarborough Shoal. It's a calculated move, close enough to send a message, but not crossing the legal line into a potential shooting war. The Philippine government insists the drills are defensive, aimed at protecting fishermen and upholding maritime rights. The operation isn't just about military might, it's about training, coordination, and readiness. The Philippines wants to demonstrate that its forces can respond quickly to threats and work together under pressure. It is also a signal to allies and to China that Manila is serious about defending its claims. But there is risk. Such exercises, so close to disputed waters, increase the chance of accidents or miscalculation. Even a minor incident, a collision, a misfired warning shot, could escalate into a crisis. Still, Philippine leaders say doing nothing would be worse. "We must show resolve," one official said, "or we risk losing control of our seas." China wasted no time responding to the drill announcement. Officials in Beijing called the planned exercises illegal and accused the Philippines of provocation. Chinese Coast Guard ships have stepped up their patrols near the shoal, and state media has issued stern warnings about serious consequences if the drills cross into what China calls its territory. Beijing argues that the Philippines is stirring up trouble at the behest of outside powers, especially the United States. Chinese diplomats claim that Manila is being used as a pawn in a greater geopolitical game. They warn that any attempt to challenge China's control of Scarborough Shoal will not be tolerated. Tensions have already flared in recent months. Chinese ships have blocked Philippine fishing boats and used water cannons to drive them away. These confrontations have angered Filipinos and fueled nationalist sentiment at home. Now, with the upcoming drills, China says the risk of unintended incidents is higher than ever. The tone from Beijing is unmistakable: back off or face the consequences. But for Manila, the choice is stark: assert sovereignty or risk being pushed out of its own backyard. The showdown at Scarborough Shoal is about more than just two countries. It is part of a bigger contest for control in the South China Sea. This vast expanse sees $3 trillion in trade pass through every year, making it a lifeline for the global economy. Whoever controls these waters wields enormous influence. The United States, a treaty ally of the Philippines, has repeatedly stressed its commitment to defend its partner if attacked. U.S. warships regularly conduct freedom of navigation patrols near disputed reefs, challenging China's claims. Japan, Australia, and European powers have also spoken out, calling for peaceful resolution and respect for international law. For the Philippines, these alliances offer reassurance and strategic leverage. By holding drills near Scarborough Shoal, Manila is not just sending a message to Beijing, but also to Washington and other friends. We are standing up, but we need your support. China, for its part, sees these moves as encirclement and warns against foreign interference. At stake is not only territory, but also the principle of open seas. If China can enforce its claims by force, other nations worry that international rules will lose meaning. This is why the world is watching so closely. Analysts warn that the situation is dangerous and could spiral out of control. Military experts point out that exercises near contested waters raise the risk of accidental clashes. A miscalculation by a patrol boat or a provocative maneuver by a fighter jet could trigger a rapid escalation. Others say the drills are part of a high-stakes messaging war. By flexing its muscles, the Philippines is showing both strength and vulnerability. It is inviting support from allies, but also risking retaliation from China. The world has seen similar standoffs before, but the current climate is especially tense. Some experts believe these exercises could force both sides to set clearer rules of engagement. Others fear they will only harden positions and make compromise harder. The United States has urged restraint, but also reiterated its commitments under the Mutual Defense Treaty. The bottom line, every move is being watched. The South China Sea is a powder keg, and one spark could have consequences far beyond Asia. What happens after the drills? That is the question keeping diplomats awake in Manila, Beijing, and Washington. There is hope that both sides will exercise restraint and avoid direct confrontation. But there is also fear that new incidents, however small, could trigger a crisis. The Philippines may conduct more patrols and seek stronger support from allies. China is likely to keep up its pressure, using both Coast Guard ships and diplomatic warnings. The United States and others will continue to monitor closely, ready to step in if things get out of hand. For now, the world can only wait and watch. The outcome will shape not just regional security, but also global norms about territorial rights and the rule of law. Will the drills bring new stability, or push the region closer to conflict? That is the story the world is watching unfold, right now, in real time, at Scarborough Shoal.